Yeah, I shit in a shoe.
You were the shitter, right?
I was the shitter, yes.
Yeah,
I was
and
the
we've
shitter.
been debating this since Nashville. Like, was it a rogue shit that found its way? Did you hold a shoe underneath? Did you squat on top of a shoe?
I don't-
How does it end up in the shoe?
I don't know exactly. I was a bit, my memory's a little foggy of the evening. But basically what I remember is I woke up, I was in someone's bed, and the first thing I thought was, I have to piss so bad right now. Like, it was like that bladder explosion. I was like, I got to find I don't know where I am, but I got to find a bathroom, because if I piss my pants, this is going to be humiliating.
Yeah.
So I went to the bathroom, peed for like 4 minutes straight, and I'm trying to figure out where I am. And then I went into the living room, and the table had been like Chris Farley. Like, the legs were broken out, just completely shattered. And I don't know if you've ever had this feeling where you look at something, you're like, that was definitely me. That was me. I'm 100% sure. And I kind of was like, all right. And then, by the way,
Like, it was a living thing. Like, I did that.
Yeah.
I'm connected to that table. I know I ruined it.
That's me, absolutely. And I had the full story. I had a flight to Seattle that day, and I was going for a month for a Seattle comedy competition. And so the flight was leaving in 20 minutes. I went back to the bedroom. Oh, it was so bad. And then I saw like literal footprints of shit in the kitchen leading back into the bedroom. There was like a Nike high top, and there was like a spiky shit, like somehow not a diarrhea shit.
Yeah, right,
Which is
right.
pretty impressive.
Like a log was sticking out of the
as a young man. Yes.
out of the top of a shoe.
Big log sticking out of the shoe, and then a big urine stain. No one-trick pony here. I had a big puddle. And so I took my sock and I scooped up the shit. It wasn't like a long. It was like a. It was like I was like a.
He's a puker. Continue.
I would say like a baseball
ball.
type of thing.
Yeah, a ball of shit. Shit ball,
yeah, a couple. Oh my God, is this gonna be all right?
Yeah, he'll puke. Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel terrible.
No, he's a pussy. Don't worry.
All right. So, anyways, I took the sock, grabbed the shit, and then I flipped the sock inside out. So
Nice
it was
move. It's like a
shit in the
doggy
sock.
bag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Tossed that in the trash, and then I tried to get some of the shit off of the kitchen floor, but it was pretty mashed, and I had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah. So wait, is there shit all over your feet? Or was it shoe prints or footprints?
I think it was like off the sock. There was some shit on the sock. It was bad. A lot of shit. Threw the socks away. I took the trash with me.
Oh, what a gentleman!
Good guy. And so I texted these women, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I want to kill myself. This has never happened. I'm a bad person. And they wrote, no, you're fine. We thought it was
this
like
is awesome,
fun.
right? Yeah.
And I was like,
Have
holy
you seen
shit.
your table and
I was
your
like,
shoes yet?
Well, I was like, these girls fucking party. This is crazy. So I grabbed my luggage. I went to the airport. I missed my flight. Had to take the next flight. On the flight, I realized I had shit all over my pant leg and my actual leg. So like
inside the pants?
Like outside. Like I shit down my pants. So I like literally on a flight. This sounds like I'm joking. I like started to cross my leg, and then I just like put it back down. I was like, oh shit! I was in the middle seat.
You're in a cross-country flight in the middle seat covered in shit?
Yes, it was actually.
Those two people must have been like, yo, the guy sitting next to me on the flight, I think he's covered in shit.
It was bad. And it was from Boston. The new flight took me to Boston, so I had like a half-hour flight to Boston, and then Boston to Seattle. And of course, I was on airplane mode, or my phone was off at that time. This is years ago. And then when I turned my phone on, it was like a 6-hour flight. I had a bunch of texts from the girls being like, oh my God, we had no idea how bad it was. You're a horrible person. And I was like, that's more like it. That makes more sense. So the crazy thing about it was they had gone to work. So like this didn't happen at 4 a.m. This happened at like 10 a.m. Like it was daytime.
Wait, you shitting and breaking the table happened in the daytime?
I believe, unless they just didn't see it. Or maybe they slept in a different room.
Wait, I'm saying they didn't realize it.
They didn't realize
But
it
it happened
till they came
at
home.
night.
Possibly. I don't know. So, because my hypothesis was like, did I do this at like 8:45 and they had just already left for work? Or maybe they just didn't see it.
That's what I'm thinking. I think they probably got up in a fog, too,
Yeah.
and just went.
Yeah, because they were banged up too.
Yeah. And then they come home and they're like, oh, wait a minute, this guy ruined our whole apartment.
Yeah, I destroyed their lives. But so I like wrote this like long apology. I still have it. It's on Facebook because it was a Facebook message. It saves it forever. It's like the message is like 14 feet long when you're scrolling. I sent him $300 because that's the amount of money I had. Which I don't know if Nate told you this part. I called Nate and I was like, "Is that like too much? I feel weird." And Nate's like, I don't think there's an amount you can send that's going to be too much.
I don't think those girls are going to go, wow. You made up for it with $300.
No, it was bad. So I sent like $300 and this long apology and a card. And luckily, they were like 22 years old because they were just out of college. So they were like, that was crazy, but that's a funny story. If they were in their 40s, I'd be like in jail. I'd be getting out of prison right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was, I think, 28. It was 2000. It was election day 2010, midterm elections. It was whatever that was. Tuesday, November. You can find the date.
A classic party day.
Tuesday, November.
Everyone's getting
8th.
banged up.
Yeah.
Midterms? Let's get fucking ripped.
Yeah, 2010. So I was 28, almost 29. 28 and a half.
That's you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're still in that
You're good
range.
for a couple
Yeah.
shits.
And if you're doing it with younger people, then it's, like, it's fine.
Yeah, and by the way, I drank that night. I was like, I'm gonna drink again at some point. So I started banging them back that night, which is, what was horrible for me, which is not helpful, is all my friends were wild animals. Like Bargatze was like howling, he could not stop laughing. He's like, it's the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
The way the story was told, like Soder was talking to Nate, and Nate, like, in Nate's voice, of course, like, you got to talk to Joe, like call him right now. You got to get this story.
No, he was dying.
That is one of the best of all time.
And I got another buddy, a comic from Boston named Ira, and I called him, and he's like, dude, I've done that like 5 times. Like, literally. And he's like, I'm serious. Like, I did it like 3 weeks ago. I did it at my wife's mother's house. And I was like, oh, all right. Like, which is the exact opposite of what I needed. I needed someone to be like, this is a huge
So you're
problem.
just like, all right, let's go drink it again.
I was like, okay, great. Everyone's like, that's funny.
You're like, I
was like,
got 4 more to go. I got going.
Yeah.
Once you hit your 6th rogue shit, I've never had a shit. I've had rogue pisses, but a shit is.
I'm telling you, man, that should be the machine. Just lean into it.
Yeah.
Tell it at every show. It is so goddamn funny.
It was wild. I tell it on stage sometimes, and I'll say, when I was 20 years old, I shit in a girl's shoe, I pissed, and I fell through her table. And the only thing not true about that is I was 30 years old. So,